In the last episode, we shared with you some of our experience in eating well off the grid. In this episode, we go through the steps of the new COVID rules for entering the Bahamas, and we share our last-minute preparations as we say goodbye to the USA.
To catch up with you because lots of people are asking us what's going on. They're very worried about us because of the COVID, because the numbers in the US are dramatically escalating so rapidly, and we're right in the middle of one of the highest states of COVID in the country.
Obviously, the Bahamas had closed their borders to protect themselves for much of 2020, and when they reopened them, they put in place significant new restrictions for travel and the requirements to enter the country. You had to go to their website at travel.gov.bs and log on at their Bahamas travel health site, register yourself and your travel dates. The main problem is that the Bahamas visa would not be issued until you had a negative COVID test, and this had to be done within 3 days of your arrival date. So this created some practical problems. You had to choose your weather window, do your COVID test, get your result, set off and sail to the Bahamas and arrive there within 72 hours of that original COVID test. So the solutions were to get a rapid PCR test done, but get the result back in 24 hours, or set off and sail across the Gulf Stream, getting your COVID test online, and anchor offshore or wait until you have that result and the visa approved. As it turned out, the Bahamas visa approval process was very fast and efficient, and they seemed to be very helpful in ensuring that the visas were approved in a timely manner. The cost of the visa was $60, and this included the 5-day antigen test and COVID insurance, although we were not sure what sort of insurance this was.
Okay, so this is the little clinic where we're getting our COVID tests. We have to sign in first. I'm just waiting for some people.
That's great, thank you. Beautiful.
All right, the doctor will be with you shortly.
Just a little bit of a brain tickle, and yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Now we're going to see the doctor.
We'll also share the requirements in the Bahamas after you have arrived. What you have is a daily questionnaire online for 2 weeks. This only takes a few minutes, and on day 5 you have to do a COVID antigen test. This feels exactly the same as the PCR, except the result is read immediately, and they will normally tell you the result at that time. Now, having gone through all the COVID requirements for the Bahamas, let's go back to the setup prior to departure in Fort Lauderdale.
So today what my plan is, I'm hoping to be able to do, is install the Raymarine AIS transponder. This is an AIS 700. It's worth about $1,000, but what this does is gives other people our position when we're sailing along, and it also sees all the other ships and boats that have AIS. So without actually any visual awareness of them being there, especially in fog or at night, you can see where they are, you can see their track, and you can also get the information of the AIS about what the boat name is or the ship name, so you can call them up on the, specifically call that ship up, you know, motor vessel, Canberra or whatever it is. So this is a really important bit of safety gear which we need to install, and because it's Raymarine, it links up with all the other stuff. So I've never done this before. Actually, I've never even had an AIS before, so this is a bit of a luxury along with a few other things on this boat. The AIS comes with a box, power cord. It also has NMEA cords, which are about 8 cords, fortunately, because it has a single plug with the same sort of wires coming out the other hole at the back. So this is the NMEA 2000 connection, so we plug it in there and plug that to the C-Talk, which links to all my other gear. We have the GPS in the back of the AIS that tells the AIS where we are, so this is not relying on our other GPS, which is on our ordinary navigation system. We have 2 VHF holes. So one gets the VHF in from the aerial and then connect the connector back to the VHF. So what this is doing is sharing the VHF aerial with our VHF radio. There's some disadvantages with that, but generally speaking it works very well, because very seldom are you both on the radio and needing the transmission at the same time, because the AIS sends out signals every 30 seconds or something like that, and if you're on the radio it'll just wait another 30 seconds and send it out the next time. So never done this before, so I'm hoping it's going to be straightforward. Okay, so let's get going. You can see there is a slot which this groove has to go over, so you can see that slot at the bottom goes into that like that. Then you tighten up the screw there. The other thing about the GPS, this doesn't have to be outside, this can be inside as long as there's no metal above it. So look at all those AIS, the triangles, green and red and flashing triangles.
Fantastic. You're very clever. You did it. So we're off to get more water and fuel, and then we'll be back to the anchorage where we was, because it's only like 3 days before we set off to the Bahamas. We're pretty shallow. It's only about 1 meter under our keel. So we've made it over to the dock to fuel up to get some more diesel.
So it's need my credit card and a bit of paper wipes.
Okay, we're getting some diesel, filling up the tanks, even though we've only used about 10%. We're crossing to the Bahamas, and it's probably only going to be about like very light winds, like 10 to 12 knots. So.
I'm going to need you to go up and watch how full it is on the dashboard.
Okay. I'm at the dashboard.
It's a bit delayed, so tell me, do me a count, like 95, 96, whatever.
Yeah. Port's 88. 89.
What?
90. 92. 94. 96.
How much?
97. 99. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. 100%. It's a beautiful day. We just got fuel and water. Just come up here. So it's pretty magic up here. You see that bridge behind us? That's the one we're going to have to go through to leave for the Bahamas. What's that? Some absolutely spectacular homes along this causeway, and they're just gorgeous. They have the swimming pools right up front. So this inlet leads to Lake Sylvia, where we're anchoring, but it's really shallow. So when we were coming in it was about 2 meters, now it's 1 meter. So we've really got to hug the port side, because that's sort of the deeper side there. But we're just going to have to creep in. So as we're pulling out of the jetty for the fuel, we got a signal and to say that there was something wrong with the alternator on the port side engine, so John had to just cut that engine, so we're just on one engine at the moment. Don't know what that's all about. I better go and tell him how close we are to each side of things. That's my job. In the middle of a pandemic, everything is still very busy. Check out this house. Beautiful. Roger. We've got to prepare the anchor. We'll see you later. So, in front of me I have two very special people that have joined us on Ultra Dash for a 2-week shakedown cruise from Fort Lauderdale in Florida, across the Gulf Stream and over to the Bahamas. Who are you?
I'm Wilma, and this is my husband Jim, and we live in Fort Pierce, Florida.
I've been sailing since I was a teenager, and I thought this was a great opportunity to see the Bahamas on a gorgeous boat. And a shakedown cruise is always fun because you never know what to expect and what needs to be repaired or fixed along the way.
Actually, this is a dream of yours since the day I met you 28 years ago. You've been talking about sailing away.
Yep.
And this is
On a catamaran.
right, so we're getting a taste of it. Thank goodness through these lovely people, John and Elizabeth, and I think we've fallen in love.
With us.
Yes,
With you, with the lifestyle,
with the lifestyle.
the whole 9 yards.
Right, and
Nice.
I've always been fearful of this type of lifestyle. I always thought, oh, this is never going to happen. We'll never do it. He's going to get too old, and then he'll just get this dream won't. I don't have to do this. Well, now I'm like, you know what? You know, we are getting older. It's time to make some decisions in our life and start living. And this is opened up a whole new idea for me.
It's gonna be $19 today.
Yep.
$19.
Yep, sure. Went in to check out with the immigration department, but they casually told us that they really didn't care and that we did not need to check out or have our passports stamped. I did confirm this many times, but they kept repeating that it did not matter. Having once got into serious trouble on a border crossing where my passport was not stamped, this made me feel very uneasy.
So we're doing the fresh fruit last shop before we head to the Bahamas. So here we are. John and Jimmy are in control of the fresh fruit shop. We're pretty loaded up. We've got lots of fresh fruit and veg, which we won't be able to get too much of at the Bahamas. You guys know how to shop.
Yeah, who did all the shopping there?
Centre, and here's a store dedicated to COVID-19. Can you believe it? This store has everything you need to protect yourself from COVID-19. All of the masks. Wow. Unbelievable. So the last load of stuff. And Jimmy's just picked, oh, there's my aerial yoga bar. Woohoo! Very exciting. Along with my clay. Look, I've got clay. So I'm very excited about that. And we have to go over there. That boat right there is Ultra Dash. So the boys are going to come and pick us up in the dinghy here, and then take all this food in the dinghy all the way over there. Turns out that we just got a call from John And Jimmy's saying that where they are, where the dinghy is, where they're coming around to get us, that someone's pinched the fuel out of the dinghy, so they've got no fuel. So fortunately, they didn't take the whole jerry can, so they're going to have to go off, get some more fuel, come back, get in the dinghy and come around and get us. And yeah, someone's just stole the fuel out of the dinghy, which is really unfortunate. Anyway, I hope they really needed it. See how things go, and hopefully they'll get back before dark. Alright folks, so here we are on this beautiful sunset on Lake Sylvia. Oh, and what do we have here?
Hi, honey.
Hey guys! There they are! Legends! I'm making some crossing passage food. So I'm making some blueberry muffins, and in the oven I've got some brownies that are smelling just delightful, because it's the rules. You've got to have something exciting to munch on when you're doing a crossing. So we've got those, and then the guys have ordered pizza that we can heat up, so if we get the munchies on passage we can have heated up pizza and we can have sweets till our heart's desire. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. We're only a couple of hours from picking up the hook and making our way out of the channel and making our crossing across the treacherous Gulf Stream into the Bahamas. So it's very exciting, and it's something that John and I have been dreaming about for the longest time, and anybody that knows us knows that this has been one of our long-term dreams, to buy this beautiful boat, Ultra Dash. We've spent the last couple of months fitting it out, getting it ready for to take it away, and now we're at that moment, and in a few hours we're going to be picking up the hook. We're going to be going out of the channel. There's a big bridge that's got to open up for us, and then once we're out of the channel we'll be making our way across the Gulf Stream. Now the thing with the Gulf Stream is the Gulf Stream absolutely screams south. So the point is that you don't want winds coming from the north and the Gulf Stream's going south, because what that happens is it actually makes the waves stand up, and it makes it really difficult, and it can be quite treacherous to do that. So there's a really small weather window that you just have to wait for, and you have to wait for the seas to be calm, and for the winds to come from south, and so that you can either make your way across to Bimini or make your way across up further, which is a little bit further, to West End. So at this point in time we're going straight across to Bimini. That's where the winds are most favourable, we feel. If we're pushing too much current across the Gulf Stream, then we'll just change tack and we'll go up and we'll check in at West End, which will take us probably about 12 hours. It might take us a little more. Now we don't want to wait, we don't want to take too long to get across the crossing, because the winds are going to change and they're going to start coming northerly again. So like I said, it starts to, have the waves standing up, and it can be really nasty out there. So we're all ready to go, apart from John. He's still running around in town trying to get the phone to work. So that's a whole other story which I'll share with you. But anyway, for now, I just wanted to take this moment, share what's going on, and let everyone know that we're just about ready to cross. So we'll see you on the other side. Bye for now. So guys, I'm going to pick up John and Jimmy that have been in town, and I just wanted to share with you how beautiful and calm it is tonight. It's just, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just glassy, and there's just a gorgeous reflection on the water. you have liked this episode, hit the like button, subscribe for free, and ding the dong so you don't miss your fix of the next exciting episode. Love and health from the Barefoot Doctors.